Thank you, Linda, and thank you for bringing that financial, big picture perspective to the table. It's a real deal. Christine.
Hello. All right, hi, I'm Thielen, and I'm chair of the Board of Trustees for the Association for Middle Level Education, and I teach 7th and 8th grade math at Lincoln Middle School in Park Ridge. And I wanted to just pass along, Phyllis reminded me of this earlier. I wanted to share something with you today. All of our 7th graders at our school, or most of them, went on to field trip today to Feed My Starving Children, which is a nonprofit that provides food for kids in developing countries. And today our 7th graders packed 182 boxes, which is 39,312 meals, and they fed 108 kids for a year. So talk about something awesome at the middle school. They did a great job, so wanted to share that with all of you. So I'm here, though, on behalf of AMLE. AMLE is a middle school organization devoted to empowering educators who create great opportunities to cultivate the potential and possibilities of young adolescents, and AMLE has more than 54,000 members worldwide. And as you've heard from several of us today, middle schoolers are going through this tremendous development, and we focus our efforts on providing supports for teachers in schools to reflect this amazing development that the students are going through. We are supported through individual and school membership, fees, professional learning activities, and partner organizations. And we provide on-site services for schools and teachers through workshops and summits and our annual conference, which is in National Harbor, Maryland next year. We also publish research and actionable research-based ideas and educational programs and practices specific to the needs of learners aged 10 to 15. We offer a school improvement assessment tool designed to help school leaders determine areas needing improvement. And AMLE leaders also serve as advisors and subject matter experts on advocating for influencing policy development, fiscal decisions that are respectful of the developmental needs of young adolescents. And our big book, it's actually not a big book, but it has a lot in it. It's a big book, a little book with a lot of stuff, is This We Believe, Keys to Educating Young Adolescents. This is our position paper, and it has 16 characteristics of exceptional middle schools, all of which we focus all of our events and resources on. These include having educators who value young adolescents and are specifically prepared to teach them, educators using a variety of teaching and assessment approaches, ongoing professional development, having a safe, including supportive environment, and so on. So some of the big things that we are working on at AMLE to hopefully provide more supports for our members relate to what we've been talking about a lot today. We are really focusing on the issue of social equity. We're also focusing on in relationship to that, we're focusing on promoting conversations that help our schools foster culturally relevant and socially equitable environments. At a key time when students are determining their personal identity, schools need to create positive and healthy environments that include conversations about race, culture, gender identity, and sexual orientation, amongst other personal characteristics to foster students' efforts to identity development. Young adolescence is also a key time to focus on student health and well-being, and it's during these middle school years that students face a multitude of lifestyle choices, including risky behaviors, which we talked about today, such as smoking and vaping and alcohol and drugs. And it's also a time where we want students to develop and practice those healthful decision-making and refusal skills. We propose that a developmentally responsive school helps students develop and maintain healthy minds and bodies that are understanding of their own physical development. And we believe this focus should permeate the schools and involve students and adults working together to maintain a school culture that supports healthy habits. And I wanted to go back to one other thing, back to my school that was talked about earlier today, actually by a lot of people, is that this need to have relationships with students. At our school, so this is not AMLE, this is my school, Lincoln Middle School, we do a thing called a Connectedness Survey. Each year, every single student in our school gets an email that has every single teacher's name in it. It's a Google form. And at the top it says, Please check any teacher or staff member in the school who does these two things, has an interest in you, and who you could talk to about an academic, social, or personal problem. We then take that Google form, and not me, but our guidance department takes that Google form, looks at all the responses, and what they're really looking for is any kid who leaves it blank. And any kid who leaves it blank or can only identify one adult, they are sought out by our counseling staff for a personal conversation. And then we try to then foster a connection with someone on the staff with that kid. So it's a way that we try to build those relationships. And one kid in particular that one of my favorite students ever, she still comes back. She's 21 years old now. She still comes back to Lincoln Middle School, and she still says hello. And a couple of years ago, I said, "Why do you keep on coming back?" I said, "I know, honestly, it was really hard for you here. And why do you keep on coming back?" And she said, "Because it feels like home." And I hope that all of us, through all the work we're doing, help create that relationship for our students. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine.